What's going on, guys? Good morning. It is Wednesday, September 25th, 2019. And this is my new podcast that I'm doing every Wednesday morning called Good Morning RC. And I'll be doing this every Wednesday morning. And this is just pretty much for all the guys that don't get to see the podcast on the weekends over in the UK. So I'm getting up early on Wednesdays. It's hump day. And I am going to be doing a podcast every Wednesday for the guys in the UK. And I'm hoping some of them come in right now. They probably will. But just a small podcast for all the guys that don't get to don't get to see Tow the Line and don't get to see the hangar, the pilot's lounge and stuff like that. That's what this is all about. So I'm going to sit here for a minute until people start trickling in. Really no reason to talk if no one's really coming in. So yeah, like I said, every Wednesday we'll do this until, well, for here on out, if that's what people want, if they want me to continue to do this. But like I said, this one is basically for all the guys over in the UK that don't get to check out the stream on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I woke up this morning and realized that the day I went and flew this MiG and crashed it, I left the wings to my Flightline Corsair sitting on the ground at the flying field. And I'll be damned if 5 days later, you guys, 4 days later, whatever it's been, 4 or 5 days later. I think I flew that on Sunday, so it's Wednesday. So three days later, it's 3 days. So a solid 3 days, those wings were sitting out there on the ground. I went there this morning. I couldn't sleep all night last night. I was like, shit, I got to get to that flying field and I got to find those wings to that plane. Sure enough, I show up to the flying field and there are my wings sticking out of the trash can. I shit you not, guys. My wings were sticking out of the trash can. I was like, how could someone just pick those up and throw them away? I couldn't understand it. I couldn't understand why someone would just pick some wings up and throw them away. I mean, these are brand new wings that go to a brand new plane, and they were sticking out of the top of the trash can. I couldn't find the wing spar, though. There's a wing spar that goes in the wings to actually hold them so they don't fold up when the plane's flying. There's a spar, a carbon fiber spar that goes through the wings. And it stiffens them up so that when you turn or bank and the wings flex, they don't snap up on you. And I'll be damned if the carbon fiber spar was missing. But I got the wings back. That was the most important part, you guys. I was sitting up all night long. I'm like, and my wife kept going, she's like, what are you doing? Why are you still up? And I'm like, I left my wings at that flying field. And she's like, not to the new plane, right? And I was like, yeah, to the new plane. I was like, they're sitting there on the ground probably. I don't know. We'll see. So I ended up going at 3:30 this morning. I ended up driving up there. And sure enough, there they were just sitting there in the top of the trash can. I was like, who the hell throws these? I couldn't believe that somebody put them in the trash can. Not set them next to the trash can. Not, there's porta potties there too, They could have put it like in the door of the porta potty. That was actually the first place I looked. I opened up both doors of the porta potties to see if, maybe somebody sat them in there. No, they were down in the trash can. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe somebody threw those away. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe somebody threw them away. As you can see next to me here, guys, I have this Avios MiG-17. After further assessment, she's pretty bad, you guys. She's pretty bad. She's pretty beat up. I know a lot of you guys are going to catch this on the replay, and that's fine. That's okay. I just wanted to get it out there that I'm doing a podcast every Wednesday at 5 o'clock now. 5 in the morning, 5 a.m., guys. I will be getting up at 5 a.m. and doing a podcast for you guys. So the Avios MiG-17. I've got a new fuselage and a new right wing coming for the MiG-17. The left wing is fine. The tail is fine. Everything's fine except for the right wing and the fuselage. So I got a brand new fuselage coming. I got a brand new right wing coming. And that's what we're going to do with the MiG-17. And then once I have the new stuff put on the new fuselage, I will take this and repair it and keep it as a separate extra. Yeah, that's about it for that. That was a painful crash, you guys. I have not been out flying since. I have not been out flying since I crashed this plane. It's 2 a.m. where you're at, mofo. It ain't 2 a.m. here, bro. It's 5 in the morning. 5 in the morning. Wake up, Roy. Go get that fucking coffee. Oh, shit, man. So, yeah, Roy, since how you're in here, I'm going to do a podcast every Wednesday morning for all the guys that are over in the UK. I was curious to find out what time I would have to start in order for the guys in the UK to be able to see a stream or a podcast. What's up, dog? Yeah. I was like, well, every Wednesday I'll do a podcast at 5 in the morning. That way the guys from the UK have a podcast to watch. So I called it Good Morning RC, and it's typically for the guys that are over across the pond. That's what it's basically going to be for. So yeah, I just thought I'd come in here for a half hour this morning and just kind of announce that and let people know that that's what I'm doing on Wednesdays. But yeah, seeing how you just came in, Roy, I was the day I went out and flew this MiG and crashed it, I took the wings to my Corsair, my Flightline Corsair, and I set them on the ground. I don't know where Jeff is. He's probably working, bro. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I think that dude gets up mad early and goes to work. He's probably with a client or something right now, bro. I ain't even going to lie. He is. He's probably with a client. Anyways, I crashed the MiG, and I was so beat up about the MiG crashing that I left the wings to my Flightline Corsair laying on the ground. And I went down to my truck last night, like late last night. We're talking like, 1 o'clock in the morning. And the wings to my Corsair are not in the truck. And I'm like, oh shit, I left those at the field. So I waited until about 3:30. I couldn't wait no more, dude. I couldn't wait any longer. My wife's like, you're not going to fall asleep until you go look. So why don't you just go look? So it's 3:30 in the morning. I hit out the door. I go down there, and sure enough, there's my freaking wings in the top of the trash can, dude. Somebody put them in the fucking trash, or excuse me, somebody put them in the trash can, bro. No bullshit. Somebody just put them in the trash can. I was like, you got to be kidding me. Are you serious? Somebody just put them in the trash can? They lost the carbon spar that was inside of them. I couldn't believe it, bro. I was like, you got to be kidding me, man. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. So, yeah, man. Got the Beast biplane ready to go, though. I should be taking that out this morning. I'm hoping that I get out this morning with it. From time to time, that servo shudders like that, though, man. It scares the piss out of me. But it's not moving enough. Yeah, I know. At least I got them back, right? Yeah, I did get them back. I just have to order a new spar, a new carbon spar for it. Well, what was I saying now? Yeah, the freaking servo in the wings. One time it'll be this side, and another time it'll be this side. They just sit there and shake. They like vibrate, like if you had a motor on the front of the plane and it's just shaking like this. That's what it seems like it's doing, but there's no motor. It's an electric motor on that thing. They shouldn't be shaking like that. I'm going to give it a try. If it seems like it's going to go nuts on me, I'm just going to land it and get it back in the truck. But if it flies, then I'm just going to fly it, whatever. I mean, they're not shaking enough to where they're going to move to where it's going to mess with the flight. You know what I mean? They're just vibrating. No, there's no gyro in this plane, bro. There's no gyro in this plane. No gyro. It doesn't have a gyro in it. I talked to the guy at the flying field. He's the flight instructor there. He said he's flown that plane before, actually. That exact plane. It used to belong to a guy named Dave Skillings at our flying club, and I bought it. And he was kind of like, what's going on with it? And I said, well, the servos are shaking like this. He thinks it might be a bad lead. Or a bad central control module, where you plug everything in and then one wire comes out. It's kind of like the blue boxes on the free wing planes. There's that blue box that they have there. He thinks that might be bad. Something of that nature. I don't know what it is. All I know is they're not moving enough to change the direction of the plane. You know what I mean? They're just shuddering. They're shaking a little bit. So, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure exactly, but I'm going to take off with it. If it seems like it's going to act funny, I'm just going to let off the stick and land it, because that thing will take off quick. So I'll take off and then I'll land. If I take off and it starts messing up and it starts and I can see the plane literally shaking, then I'll just let it down. I'll just land it. Move anything from the plane that is not the receiver from the plane. Anything from the plane that is not the receiver. Oh, okay. I get you. Yeah, man. I mean, there's really nothing in this plane. It's set up so that okay. So I thought maybe I've gone through everything in this plane trying to figure out what it is. And basically the last thing that I haven't checked is the servo leads, the extensions, and that control module box. That's it. That's the only thing that I haven't checked yet. Yeah, no, I don't want to crash it. No, I definitely don't want to crash it. And then another guy that I was talking to online, he says, yeah, mine do that all the time. He says, it's not going to hurt it. Don't worry about it. And I was like, what do you mean it's not going to hurt anything? Yeah, it's like, you fly it with the thing shuddering like that? He goes, yeah, it happens all the time. He says, don't worry about it. He said, just fly. He says, I fly my planes all the time. He says, go check out my channel. He says, you'll see. He says, I got servos shaking all over the place. He says, he says, as long as it's not doing crazy movements like this, real extended movements, he says, then you don't have to worry about it. Don't worry about it. So yeah, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna mess around with it today. Hopefully everything will be all right. John Hill, good morning. What's going on? How you doing, John? John, thanks for coming in, man. John, do you live across the pond? You live over there in the UK somewhere? North Carolina. Yes. Nice. Okay. Roy, me neither, man. Yeah, exactly. The only one that I have not had an issue with, like, no bullshit, the only one that I haven't had an issue with is the one that comes in this Avios MiG-17. That's it. Not far from Jeff, he says. We're actually looking for Jeff right now. We're actually looking for Jeff, as a matter of fact. He might not be up yet, or he's probably up and out with a client already. So yeah, the MiG-17 is not a total loss, but I already ordered a brand new fuselage and a brand new right wing. I'm just going to start there. I don't want to mess with it. I don't want to mess with it. I don't want to have to go through. What I'll do is I'll put all the new stuff into the plane, into the new fuselage. I'll put all the stuff on it, and then still coming this way to Null. Yes, that's the plan. That is the plan. So let me look at my calendar, John, real quick. Here we go. All right, so I will be there Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Saturday, at the end of Saturday, it's over, right? I'm going to be there Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I think it starts on the 30th and goes through, it goes Monday to Saturday, I think. Oh, you were talking about Jeff Nichols. Yeah, I'm really surprised that he's not in here right now. You know, he might be working, you guys. I don't know. That's why I am doing this show for the guys overseas. This podcast is for those guys. Roy's got me on alert, so every time I put up a video, he sees that I'm on, and he's like, "What?" Yeah, Jeff's Custom RC too. Yeah, Jeff's Custom RC is not in here either. I don't know where Jeff's Custom. He might be like, he's the one that we were thinking he might be out with a client. So yeah, I should be there Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and then I'll leave Saturday evening and come back home. Oh my goodness, man. No, so Jeff's got a full whole air. He's got the whole airframe. I was thinking about buying the airframe off Jeff, but I went on the website. I was gonna buy it if they didn't sell separate parts on for the Avios MiG 17. So like, if I went on there and all you could buy was the kit, then yeah, I was gonna buy Jeff's kit. But they actually sell each part individually. They sell the fuselage. They sell the wings separately. So I bought a fuselage and a right wing, and basically that's all the plane needs. Yeah, I can't. Hey, bro, I'm the same way, the same way, Roy. I can't sleep at night either, bro. I really can't. I should do these podcasts all night is what I should do. I can't sleep at night. Yeah, I know, man. I appreciate you being up too, man. Yeah, dude. So just, yeah, I was pretty bummed out about this crash on this plane, and I haven't been out flying at all this week. Whenever I crash a plane, it takes me some time to get over it. Especially a nice plane like this, especially after all the work I put into it. Like, it could have been any other freaking plane in this room, and I would have been whatever, you know. But the fact that it was this one and all the work that I just put into it, and the fact that when I took off, I knew it was tail heavy. I knew it just by lifting up the front of the plane, and it didn't come right back down. Shame on me. Shame on me. My bad. My stupid fault. For sure. Yeah, I know. I heard about that, man. I heard that you crashed your F-16, bro. I'm sorry to hear that, bro. That's too bad. Does that F-16, that's a 64 millimeter F-16, right? And that has an end runner in it? Oh my God, are you serious? Oh my God, you hit a wheelbarrow? Who the hell put the wheelbarrow there? That's what I would have been saying the whole time. Who put that wheelbarrow there? That's funny, man. The only thing around. That's me, bro. That's me. If it's there, I'll freaking hit it, dude. That's me, dude. If it's there, I'll hit it. So get it out of the way. Whatever it is, I don't care if it's a soccer goal or a trash can. Just move it out of the way. Get it out of the way right now, because if you don't, I will hit it. It's kind of weird, huh? Like, it could be the only thing out there. How many times have you seen that happen in videos? where you see this one object in the field, and it's just a magnet for your RC plane. Like you could be flying over here, you could land here, and then the plane won't slow down in time, and then bam, you hit this way over here, and you're like, how is that even possible? Yeah, I can't believe it either, man. The only thing laying around and you smashed it. Story of my life, bro. Yeah, me too, bro. Me too, man. Oh, that's too funny, man. That's too funny. I mean, it's funny, but it's messed up at the same time. Like crashing this piece of shit right here, man. I was so mad. I was so mad. I was so mad. It's actually not a piece of shit. It's actually a really nice plane. It actually is. It's one of my favorite airframes out right now. It's by far one of my favorite airframes that are out on the market right now. Oh, you're able to fix yours? He said, one tree on the farm, and I've hit it many times. Finally cut it down. That's what's up, man. You finally hit it for that last time, John, and you're like, hit myself the other day with my new extra 300 E-Flame. He said he hit himself with his plane, man. Oh my God, it's too early in the morning for this shit, you guys. I can just see John, right? He crashes his plane, right? Boom, it hits the tree, and he's like, that's the last time. That's the last time. He goes and gets his chainsaw. His wife's like, what you doing, John? He's like, nothing. This tree's going down, baby. This tree's going down. That's too funny, man. Yeah, we have this guardrail where I fly. It's just a guardrail. It's a guardrail that goes all the way from this side of the field to the other side. And every time I used to land on the pavement or on the blacktop, smash. I hit that thing so many. I hit it with my Tempest. I've hit it with my biplane. I've hit it with Tyler's F-16. We've hit it with the. It totally ripped the tail off of my FMS P-47 over there. You wouldn't even be able to tell that it broke. I put it back together pretty well, but that whole tail. The whole back end of it snapped completely off because of that guardrail. It's the only thing there that you can hit, and I end up hitting it. That's why I understand what you guys are talking about. So he almost hit himself with his P-51. I mean, sometimes it just seems like those planes get a mind of their own, and they start controlling themselves for a moment. And they start coming right at you, and you're just like, whoa. Ooh. I almost hit myself with a little saber, with one of these little sabers, the last one that we had. I was flying it, and it was really, really, really like foggy out, and I couldn't see it, right? I knew it was coming towards me, and I'm like looking out like this, and I'm like, it's coming towards me? And then out of nowhere, this thing comes screaming across the top of my head. I was like, whoa, holy smokes, man. That video's up on my YouTube channel. That was crazy. It was like I couldn't see it for a minute, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, boom. I mean, it was literally maybe a foot over my head, and it was going full speed. That's too funny, man. That's too funny. Yeah, sometimes these planes do get a mind of their own, I think. It's crazy. Broken prop. He said, just missed my legs, broken prop. It's on video on his channel. I'm going to check that out. I'll check that out, Brady. I will check that out, Brady. Shit, man. I'm just like, I want to bring something else out with me just in case I can't fly that. Just in case I can't fly the Beast biplane, and I think I'm just going to take the Flightline Corsair with me. But I'm going to have to find that wing spar first. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find the wing spar first. I hope it's laying around on the ground somewhere over there. Man, I'm just really hoping that the servo shaking like that or nothing, and it's not gonna hurt anything, because that's my biggest scare right now. I would have already flown the thing by now if it wasn't for those freaking servos shuddering that way. I just don't understand what would make a servo just sit there and shake. Well, and then stop. This one will start shaking, and then this one will stop, and then this one will start shaking over here. I almost felt, to be honest with you, Roy, I almost felt like just plugging in my tactic receiver and seeing if that was it, and seeing if that was the problem. Like, say if I plug my tactic receiver in, and then I plug the servo that goes to the if I plug the servo in for the aileron, and it doesn't shake with my tactic, then that means it's a bad receiver, right? Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be laying on the ground somewhere. It was like super dark this morning when I was there. I pulled up next to the porta potties, and I got out and I looked in the porta potties just to see if somebody like stuck them inside the door of the porta potty. That way they, wouldn't get stolen, or they wouldn't be out in the weather. Not there. And I drove down a little further, and I was about ready to leave the parking lot. And out of the corner of my eye, I seen the trash can, and I seen 2 wings sticking up out of the trash can. And I was like, oh my God, who the hell would just throw those away? Like, I mean, they're brand new wings. They go to a brand new plane. They're brand new. The plane's only flown twice, who the hell would throw those away? So I'm getting I already have the where did I put that? Is it sitting here? No, it's out. It's out there. I made a sign anyways, right? And I'm going to go have it laminated, or I'm going to use our laminator and laminate it. And it's basically a sign saying that if you find any RC aircraft parts out here, please call this number. You know what I mean? That way, none of my shit gets thrown away again. Because, I mean, who knows? What if the trash guy would have shown up like yesterday or the day before? Those wings would have been long gone, man. And the thing about it is it's not just the wings that are there. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 servos in the wings. You have 6 servos in the wings of that thing. Yeah, no shit. I wouldn't have been dumpster diving at that time. I would have been going to the incinerary in the in Westbrook. There's 1, 2, 3. There's 3 servos in each wing plus the retracts. So it wouldn't have been just like losing the wings. Not only would you have lost the wings, but you would have lost both retracts, the wheels, the retracts, and then 1, 2, 3, 6 servos. Servos and retracts, bro, would have been all gone. And the linkages, they would sell those separately at Motion RC as well, I'm sure. They got to make the most that they can off you for a mistake that you make. Yeah, man, that would have been an expensive mistake. I was trying to explain that to my wife. I was like, do you understand how expensive of a mistake that would have been? And she's like, not really. And I was like, that's because you don't pay attention to this hobby and everything that I do with it. And she's, one of these days she'll pay attention. She's not going to pay attention until this channel starts making money. Once the channel starts pulling in revenue, then she'll start paying attention to stuff. But I told her, I said, that would have been like a $300 mistake. I guarantee it. I don't know how much the wing set is, but I know the servos would be like 20 to 25 a piece. Been around $150. I bet, dude. Let's just for shits and giggles, let's check. Let's check. Motion RC. Let's check this shit out. Jets inducted fans. All right, let's find the Flightline Corsair. Oh, no, we're not looking at Jets. What are we looking at Jets for, Dave? You're an idiot. Come on. Let's go to Warbirds. Flightline P51. There it is, right there. Spare parts. All right, so it would have been $34 a piece for the retracts and the wheels. Then you would have another $20 on there for the servo, the door servos. Then the wing set 75. And then you have to go back to the servos that you would need right here. Here's the servos. So the servos are 300 millimeter. No, that's a gear door servo. All right, there we go. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's $60 in servos plus 74 for the fuselage plus. Yeah, dude, that would have been like $200, you guys. That would have been like $200, just under or just over $200. Absolutely crazy. I can't believe they want $124 for the 6,000 milliamp Admiral. $124 for the 6,000 Admiral Pro. I mean, I guess that's not horrible, but that's kind of expensive. Oh my God, I love this plane. Yep, $200, about $200, bro. No bullshit. That would have been $200 easy. I want to weather up my Corsair, man. I want to weather it up, and I want to weather up the P-47 as well. Oh man. Too bad, man. That would have sucked, bro. That would have sucked. That would have sucked bad. That would have sucked bad. That would have been horrible. Last time destroyed a Stinger 64. Let's see. Stinger 64. Dude, I've got a Stinger 90 sitting right here, man. And I took off with that thing with its ailerons backwards on 8S. And it ripped the nose clean off that plane. Good. I got it home, man, and I put it back together, and it looks like it never even happened, bro. I mean, that was such an easy plane to fix. Such an easy plane to fix. Yeah, dude, I'm glad I found the wings too. They're actually sitting out there by the heater drying right now because they had some like dew on them. And I just wanted to make sure that they were completely dried out before I plugged them in. Yeah, this MiG upsets me, bro. This was a horrible crash, man. This was a horrible crash. Look at the wing, the poor wing, man. It's just not going to go back together right unless I buy the parts. I'm not going to feel right about flying it unless I get it fixed the right way and just buy the fuselage and shit. What do you say? Just the ending, Dave. The rest is boring. Oh man, I can't believe I crashed it. Really, that was tough. That was tough. That was a tough pill to swallow. It was mad tail heavy. I watched the video over and over again just to I don't know why I kept saying move the battery back. It needed to come forward. It needed to come forward badly. Yes, the parts are ordered, Roy. I ordered them this morning. Like literally right before I started the podcast, I ordered them on Hobby King. I'm not sure if they're coming from the warehouse over there on the West Coast or if they're coming from Hobby King out over in China. I'm not sure, or wherever they're at. I'm not sure where it's coming from. Once the order gets processed and it gets shipped, then I'll find out. I'll be able to find out. Hopefully it's coming from the West Coast place because it'll only take like about 4 days to get here, 3 days to get here. If it's coming from China, it's going to take a while. It took that motor almost 2 weeks to get here. So hopefully it's not that. Hopefully it's not that. Yeah. Oh my goodness, you guys. Yeah, I think it's time. I think it is time. I have no idea what that skilling anyway. Oh, would you look at that, man? Without showing you too much, Dave Skillings left his phone number inside of the hood of this thing. I should probably call him and ask him if they vibrated on him and if he just flew it anyway. Yeah, man, I ordered some stuff and I was like, I ordered some batteries and I ordered a motor. The batteries aren't even here yet. Still have not gotten the batteries yet. And the motor's here. RC Stingers here about your MiG, bro. Hopefully people are still doing. Yeah, man. Like I was just telling Roy and everybody, it does take me a little bit of time to get over a crash before I'll go out and fly again. This one kind of stung a little bit, man, because no pun intended. This one stung a bit because I just put so much goddamn work into it, man. I just finished like hours and hours of work on it, replacing all the servos, putting the new motor in, putting the new EDF in, going out and finding parts for the EDF fan to work. Brand new ESC, everything, man. I put so much time and so much effort into it just to make a bonehead mistake and leave it tail heavy. I mean, I honestly don't think it would have landed right, period, with it being his tail pitch. Like every time I'd let off the throttle, the tail would sink. If I pushed the throttle, the nose would come down and it would go down. And then every time I'd let off the throttle, the tail would sink. And that's basically what happened. I lost the orientation a bit. The tail was sinking. And then she just leveled off on me. And I'm like, oh no, this is not going to end well. I knew it wasn't. I punched the throttle and I shouldn't have punched the throttle. I should have just let her go. I should have just let it go. Yeah, Roy. No, yeah, I am. I actually am. I am going to call him. I got his number now. He's going to be like, Dave, who the hell is this? I'm going to be like, bro, I just bought your plane. That's all that matters. Can I fly this thing with these ailerons shaking? I'm really hoping that he tells me it's done that. Oh, it's done that all the whole time I owned it. Go ahead and fly it, dude. It's fine. That'd be sick. I would be out this morning. I'd be out as soon as the sun comes up. I'm out of here anyways, you guys. I'm either going to be flying that Corsair or I'm going to be flying that Beast biplane. I'm going to have to do it from the hat cam, though, guys. That's the only problem. That's the only thing. Kyle's going to be at school, and I'm going to have to run it on the hat cam. That's the only catch. But I have a really nice hat cam, you guys. I got a really nice hat cam. It's got a really nice wide angle lens, and I usually keep it right close when I'm using the hat cam. But I need to get back out and fly something because if I don't, then longer I wait, the longer it's going to take for me to get back out to fly. So I need to go out and fly, or else this is just going to, it's just going to get worse and worse. The more I sit here and I don't fly, the worse off it's going to be. So I got to go fly something. Yeah, I'm gonna bring out. I already have the Corsair in the car. I'm hoping that I'll find the carbon spar there, and then I can just fly that. Yeah, so you guys don't know who RC Stinger is. He's a new Roy. He's a new subscriber. I think he subscribed a couple weeks ago, which is pretty cool. He actually came in. I can't remember what video it was that he watched. It was either on this MiG 17 or it was the FlexJet something like that, or it might have been the Avani. I'm not sure. He left a comment on one of those videos, and he subscribed shortly after that. So yeah, man, this is actually a pretty big community, and this is this podcast that I'm doing this morning is not scheduled. So there's not a lot of people in here, but we usually have quite a few people in here. And then on Saturdays, we're with Pilot Ryan from Motion RC in his podcast. Take the Pitts Python with you. Oh, the little Pitts. Yeah, that's right. 4S battery. I need a 4S battery. Oh, you know what, Roy? The reason I haven't been flying that is because I got to put hinges in the wings. In the top left aileron, I have to put hinges in it. That shouldn't take long though, huh? I could probably do that right after I get off this podcast. That's the only reason I haven't been flying that. Welcome to the club, RC Stinger. Yeah, man. Well, definitely welcome to the club, man. We have a lot of fun over here on this channel, dude. And then on Pilot Ryan and Captain Mike's RC YouTube channel, we're usually hanging out with him on Saturday. On Friday nights, I do my podcast. This Wednesday, though, this podcast is for all the guys over in the UK. I'll be getting up early every Wednesday from now on and doing a podcast for them, and see what's up with those guys from across the pond. I was hoping Jeff Nichols would jump in here. That way he could tell everybody over there. Yeah, it shouldn't take long. I already had the hinges. I got the hinges pulled out and everything. They're no, that's not them. They're sitting here somewhere. I just had them in my hand. Ah, here they are. Right there. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's the reason that I hadn't done it yet, because I only had 3, and I was thinking I would need 4 to go all the way across that. 3 would probably work though, right? 3 hinges? No, that's a 4 hinge. That's a 4 hinge plane. I'll put 3 in. It should be all right. I'll put 3 in and put a piece of tape or something just for here's a question, bro. Are you into speed or are you into realism? And do size matter? That's a great question. I don't mind if it's fast. I do have a lot of stuff that is fast. I'm not a big scale person. I don't really care too much about scale. I just really give a shit whether or not it flies great. If it flies good, if it's balanced, if the prop sounds balanced, if the plane's nice and balanced out when you're flying it, and if it's a good flying experience. And size, yes. Bigger is better, bro. I'm just gotta say it, man. Bigger is better, bro. The bigger the plane is, the better it flies, in my opinion. They just fly a lot more realistic, a lot more scale when they're bigger. The smaller ones get tossed around a bit. And even when it's not windy, you can see them doing weird stuff. They just they're kind of jerky a little bit. The bigger stuff really just goes through the air nice. Wait. You can use milk bottle hinges. What are you talking about, Roy? What are you talking about, milk bottle hinges? We don't get milk bottles on the porch anymore, dude. That's how old you are? I'm just kidding, bro. No, what are you talking about, though? Milk bottle hinges. Milk bottle hinges.
These pictures should match.
Oh, I see one that, yeah, okay. The plastic ones? The plastic, I see plastic ones here that, yeah, I think I see what you're talking about, Roy. Gotcha. I gotcha. What's up, Farmer Man? How you doing, bro? Why are we up this early? Okay, so I'm up this early doing a podcast. I'm going to start doing a podcast every Wednesday for the guys across the pond. They can't really join us every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday that late at night because it's like 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning for them. So I decided that I would start doing a podcast every Wednesday at 5 in the morning for all the guys across the pond. I was hoping that Jeff Nichols would jump in here so that he could pass the word along to all the guys out there. But they'll catch this on the replay and they'll see what's up. They'll see what's going on. So I figured I would just every Wednesday, hump day, get you over that hump. Anybody got a Skyflight 1400 millimeter A10? No, I have a giant Freewing A10. You guys usually don't see it, but it's hanging up here. It's always hanging up there. You never see it in the podcast because it's hanging up there. But as far as I'm concerned, every single A10 that I've ever flown, whether it's the FMS, I've flown my buddy's FMS A10 Warthog. We used to have a twin 64 millimeter A10 Warthog. Every Warthog that I have ever flown flies amazing. They all fly good. You can't go wrong with the A10, the airframe of an A10. I mean, it just, as long as it's balanced out good. They like to be a bit nose heavy because the two engines on the back of the plane, you gotta compensate for that and make it a little heavier in the nose. Been trying for years to get it off of the ground. What is it called again? A Skyflight A10. Skyflight A10. Scale Skyflight LX twin 70 millimeter. Oh, it's an LX model. Yeah, it's definitely an LX model with those little ass wheels for retracts. I mean, it looks like a Warthog to me. Twin 70 mil. Oh, that's pretty cool, man. That's actually it's not much bigger than the twin 64 millimeter A10. It's an LX model. Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys. I'm just checking out some of these other planes that LX had to offer. I've never been a real big LX model fan, guys. I've just never really been a big LX model fan. I have a few 50 millimeter like backpack jets, like 50 millimeter EDFs. I have the I have the F-35. I've got the Raptor. I've just never really been a big fan of their EPO. But it is an A10 Warthog, John. I would say fly that bitch, man. Fly it. I mean, just make sure she's a tad bit nose heavy. Keep her a bit nose heavy. You don't want that thing tail heavy. I mean, you guys just saw what happened to this MiG 17 being tail heavy. It's still dark outside my house. Won't be light until 7 a.m. Oh. It is. Oh, the sun's coming up. The sun's coming up. It's almost up. It is almost up, guys. I'm excited. I want to get out and fly this morning. I'm just going to spend the morning flying some warbirds. I'm going to get away from the jets for a little bit and just fly some warbirds today. Are you all? The Beast biplane wouldn't be considered a warbird, would it? That would be considered what? A 3D plane? Is that a 3D plane? That would be considered a 3D plane, right, Roy? Yeah, I think it's a 3D plane. We'll see how it goes. If I take off and she starts twitching on me, then I'm just going to land that bitch. I mean, I still have 100% controllability. Just because they sit there and shake, I still have controllability. They shake, they shudder, but I can still control the things. It's not like they're like doing something by themselves. I still have complete 100% control. It says to fly a 5,000 milliamp battery pack in that, but I'm going to fly it on a 5400 for the first flight. And if it feels a tad bit nose heavy on 5400, then I'll put the 5000 in it. What to the 3D plane? It's the closest I have to a 3D plane. Because biplanes aren't really considered 3D planes, are they? They're just biplanes, right? So the reason I'm waiting on flying the A10 Warthog and the F-14 behind me is because I'm still waiting on my batteries from Hobby King. Or that F-22. The F-22. Oh, up there on the wall, the 64 millimeter one. That thing flies great. That thing flies awesome. That's the high performance one too, the 4S version. It flies pretty good. No, it's just it's just a 3-channel. It's just a 3-channel plane. Ailerons, elevator, and well, 4-channel. It's got a steerable nose wheel, but it doesn't have retracts. It doesn't have rudders. It's just a bank and yank plane. It's the free wing one. You can get it at Motion RC. Yeah. Yep. Just like the F-16. Just like the F-16. Oh my goodness. I think what I'm figuring out right now, guys, is it is 5:58 in the morning here. I will probably start this podcast next week at 6 a.m. instead of 5 a.m. Yep. Yeah, the F-16s fly nice, man. I have a large. It's not a large scale. It's a mid scale F-16. It's the version 2 F-16 from Freewing. Flies amazing. I have the version 1 F-16 over there on the wall. That flies amazing. Every F-16 that I've ever flown flies great, you guys. F-16s just have that typical, like, just great flying characteristic. I mean, and it's not just one. It's not just this one or this one. Does this one fly? No, if it's an F-16, it's like I said with the Warthog. All the Warthogs fly great. All the Raptors fly great. All F-16s fly great. I mean, you really just don't find a crappy one. There's no such thing as a crappy F-16. I mean, they all fly great as long as you balance them out. Yeah, you can get the F-16s pretty slow, man. You can get them pretty slow. They don't tip stall on you. They kind of just nose over. They just kind of their nose just they do pretty well. Yeah, I know everybody's starting to come in here. Early start for me. Yes, early start for me. So I'm going to do a podcast every Wednesday morning for all you suckers getting ready for work. Wednesday is my day where I don't have shit to do. I don't have anything to do. It's my bowling day, and I was like, I'm going to do something in the morning on Wednesdays, just for all you guys to wake up to, something to listen to while you're getting ready for work, or for the guys across the pond. Mostly for the guys across the pond because they don't get to come over here and be a part of the Hangar Rat stuff and the Pilot's Lounge and Mary Boozer's channel. Dave, don't fly slow. No, I won't fly slow. I will not fly slow. I promise I won't fly slow. I won't fly slow. 11 a.m. here in Ireland. With a name like Michael McGowan, I would have definitely guessed Irish, man. I'm also Irish. You won't be able to tell from my last name, but that's because I don't get my Irish from me mums or me dads. I get me Irish from me mums. Yep. Yes, me mums. Mom's last name is Thurman, so yes. But my dad is very French and very Indian. So I'm just a big mutt. I'm just a big ball of everything. Oh yeah, you ain't kidding, bro. I honestly, I mean that's just the truth of it. That's just the cold hard truth of it. Some just have more than others. Like my mom's like, what is she, like 75%, 75% Irish? Either my grandmother or my grandfather was like 100% Irish. So I mean, and then my grandfather, or my grandmother, I can't remember which one it is now. I think it was my grandmother is 50% Irish, and my grandfather was like 100% Irish. So that would make my mom, Jesus, like 75% Irish. We definitely have a lot more Irish in us than anything. Like if you get close to my beard, you'll see it's all red. It's got a bunch of red hair going through it. If you get close, it's pretty much red all through it. All the black hairs are starting to turn gray, but the red ones are staying nice and red. What are you guys talking about? Michael McGowan. You guys should have taken over. That's what you should have taken over. Yes. There was enough of you guys coming over here week to week where you guys could have. You ever watched that movie, Gangs of New York? That really, really puts it into perspective how many Irish people were coming off the boats over here. That really puts it into perspective how many. And then they were making you guys go fight in the Civil War right away, which is absolute garbage. That was bullshit. I can't believe they did that. Or you could pay a certain amount of money to get out of it. It was crazy. Everywhere, man, everywhere. I watched that movie because of my Irish heritage. I really, really appreciated that movie. I think Leonardo DiCaprio did an awesome job. Had a dream last night about flying a free wing high performance 8S F-22. I think but I just spent $2,500 CAD on a turbine jet. That's right. You just bought a turbine jet. A couple of pints of Guinness and bring it on. This early in the morning too. Make sure it's nice and warm too. Oh my goodness. There he is. Good morning, Jeff. Jeff's Custom in the house. What's going on, man? Oh man, we got an early morning thing going on today, Jeff. What the hell is going on, guys? He says. We've been waiting for you, bro, all morning. I woke Roy up at 3 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock, whatever he said it was there. And we've just been chilling ever since. Yeah, you're late, Jeff. John was asking where you were at first too. He's like, "Oh, is Jeff in here?" He'll be one of the ones coming in shortly, I said. Honestly, I thought you were up and out for the morning, Jeff. I thought you'd probably be with a client or something by now. Just got up, he said. All right. So I decided to do a podcast every Wednesday morning. I am going to start it an hour later next week, though, Jeff. For the guys over across the pond, for the guys that are that don't get to like see the Pilot's Lounge and stuff like that, I figured I'd do a podcast for them every Wednesday. And this is kind of just like an announcement podcast to let them know. He woke me up at 2 a.m. I did. He had his notification bell turned on, and I rang him at 2 o'clock this morning. Oh, yeah. Coffee and crumpets? Anybody want some crumpets? Oh, yeah, man. So, yeah, I was like, I was kind of hoping Jeff Nichols would jump in here. That way he could let the guys know over across the pond, or at least the guys on his channel know that I'm doing the podcast every Wednesday. I'm sure he'll catch it on the replay, though. He usually does, and he hits me up a little bit later. Yeah, man, Roy, you living out on the West Coast, man. That's hampering things for me. No, Roy doesn't sleep. He's like me, man. He doesn't sleep at night. He just takes naps throughout the day. Yeah, I don't sleep much either, you guys. It's a tough thing, man. It's a tough thing. Oh, yeah. Well, I got you in here, Jeff. So I woke up out of a dead sleep, just kind of like taking a nap with my wife after work, and I remembered I forgot my Flightline Corsair wings at the RC field, or at the flying field that I go to. All night long, I'm tossing and turning, and I'm like, I have to get up and go look. I gotta go. So finally, 3 o'clock this morning, I think it was like 3:30ish or something like that. I finally just jumped in my daughter's car and I drove down the street to go see if they were there, man. No bullshit, bro. Somebody put them in the trash can. Somebody put my Flightline Corsair wings in the trash can. So I grabbed them out of the trash can. I put them in the back of the car. They're in there sitting in front of the heater right now, getting all the dew off of them, drying off of them. Yeah, we'll definitely be. Yeah, I'm sure you will be taking a nap. Michael Rajka in the house. What's going on, man? So I'll be doing a podcast every Wednesday, Michael, for all the guys across the pond. That's what this is all about. That's what today is all about. That's what's going on right now. Oh, so the day I crashed the MiG-17, Jeff, I took the wings to the Corsair out of the truck and put them on the ground in the grass next to the porta potty at the flying field. And I remembered like last night, this is like 3 days later now, that I left those on the ground. So I went there at 3:30 this morning to see if they were there. I thought for sure somebody was going to have snapped them in half or broke them or done something stupid like that. Anyways, I pull up next to the trash can, and there they were sticking out of the top of the trash can at my flying field. Like, who the hell would put those in the trash can? Why would you put them in the trash can? Just leave them where they were. Just leave them alone. Don't touch them. They're not yours. If it's not yours, don't touch it. I mean, they're brand new. They don't got a scratch on them. Oh, man, I couldn't believe it, bro. I couldn't believe it. I'm just glad I got them back. The carbon spar's missing, but that's okay. I can just order a new one. It's probably laying on the ground somewhere up there. I'm going up there in probably like an hour from now. I'm going up there to fly the Beast biplane, and I'll look on the ground and see if I can't find it. It's probably sitting there somewhere. Probably sitting there somewhere. They probably picked up the wings and the spar fell out when they picked the wings up. So it's probably laying in the grass somewhere. But yeah, I got it all back. What do you say, Parma Sparkling Transit? Buddy who crashed his $10,000 jet just took some servos and the turbine out of it. Everything else went into the bin. What? That's crazy. A Spectrum receiver on a $10,000 jet. Lost radio link after takeoff. Damn. Go Bills. Yes, go Bills. Absolutely, man. Absolutely go Bills. I'm excited for the Bills right now, except for this coming up week. Hey, man, they're playing good. I actually have little Singletary on my fantasy team right now. So I'm excited for the Bills too, man. I'm glad they're back in the winning category. I mean, shit, man. They haven't lost all year, have they? What are they? Are they 3-0? They're 3-0, aren't they? Buffalo Bills record.
The Bills are in second place in the AFC East with 3 wins and no losses.
Woo! 100%. Woo! And then look, the Dolphins and the Jets are both 0-3. That's ridiculous. I can't believe it. The Bills are going to be the only ones to give us a hard time this year. Hey, man, this might be a trap game for the Patriots. Hey, this might be a trap game for the Patriots. I mean, I doubt it. The Patriots are pretty stacked, man. I wouldn't put my money on the Bills, but the Bills are doing absolutely wonderful. They're doing a great job. That's right. They just beat up on the Bengals. That's right. They beat New York. I mean, they beat the Giants with Eli. They barely scratched out a win over the Jets. And then beating the Bengals yesterday was beating the Bengals on Sunday. That was their best win so far. That was their best win. That was their best win. But you guys got a tough schedule coming up, man. You got to play the Patriots and then the Titans, and then you get an easy game with the Dolphins, and then you got to play the Eagles. Cowboys are going to be a tough one. The Ravens are going to be a tough one. Steelers. You guys got an easy schedule this year. Holy shit, man. You guys got the Redskins, the Bills, the Broncos. You guys will Broncos at Bills. So Broncos are coming to you guys. That's, I think your next two toughest games are going to be the Eagles, the Cowboys, and the Ravens. If you guys can get wins in those games, you guys will have a playoff spot. I guarantee it. Those are going to be the toughest. Those are going to be you guys' toughest games this year. Miami looks like shit. Miami absolutely looks like shit. They I mean, the Bills have a good team, man. I'm actually a little worried about going up there. At first I was like, oh, we're playing them at our place right now. We're going up there to play you guys. We typically have a hard time with you guys up there in Buffalo. We'll see how it goes, though. Wreck-em Roy's Cowboys, he says. Yeah, Cowboys. Cowboys look good right now, too, though, man. There's a lot of good-looking teams right now in the NFL. Man, I know the Ravens just lost, but the Ravens look like a tough team to beat, man. Like, they really, really just gave Kansas City – they gave them a run for their money. And Kansas City is a pretty high-flying offense. And they were giving him a hard time. They were giving the Kansas City Chiefs a hard time all day. They almost won that game. The Ravens did. If that was a home game for the Ravens would have won that game. I mean, I think the score was like 32-28 or something like that, or 28-34 or something like that. It was super close, you guys, super close. That was a really close game. But yeah, guys, I'm going to end the podcast right now. I'm hoping that the guys from over in the UK see this podcast and they see what it's about. I'm going to end the podcast for now. I got some stuff to go take care of. I got a couple of batteries I got to go charge before I get ready to go. I appreciate every one of you guys for coming in this morning. That was awesome. Michael, thank you. Wreck-em Roy's, Farmer Man, Jeff's Custom, all you guys that came in this morning. I appreciate that. And there's a couple others in here. Let me go back in the chat here. John Hill, thank you. Was it McGowan? Yes, Michael McGowan, thank you for coming in. And then we had RC Stinger. I appreciate you coming in. Yeah, definitely, guys. I appreciate everything, you guys, for coming in here and chilling with me for a little while. But now you guys know that every Wednesday I'll be doing this. I'm actually going to start it a bit later, like 6:30. I'll probably start it around like 6 to 6:30, in between 6 and 6:30. Yeah, Wednesday is my day off, guys. Wednesday is my day where I don't have anything to do. So I'm going to be going and flying today. Like I said, it's going to be on the hat cam, but that's okay. The hat cam that I have, it's actually a really nice picture. Where I'll be flying prop planes, I can keep them close. But Michael, yeah, thanks for coming in this morning, bud. I will catch up with you. What is it? What do we got? Like about 5 or 6 more days until the 1st, and then we'll get you taken care of the rest of the way, Michael. Yeah, everybody have a good day at work. If you're working, if you're not working, have a good day. Nonetheless, Wreck-em Roy, get out there and fly that F-16 again, man. Fix it, fly it, crash it, repair it, fix it, fly it. You know, that whole thing, you know. But that's it, guys. I'm Dave. This is Dave's RC with Good Morning RC. Wednesday mornings. That's what I'll be doing from now on, guys. You guys have a good day. I'm out of here. Peace.